Imagine being a teenager and stepping into a courtroom not as a witness, not as a bystander, but as the accused, facing the possibility of life behind bars. These aren't tales of hardened lifers. These are stories of high school students whose choices were so dark they rewrote entire lives. Today we look inside the chilling world of three teenage killers whose crimes shocked communities and left judges, juries, and families struggling to understand how someone so young could do something so final. But this is more than the crimes themselves. It's the moments after, the apologies, the denials, the courtroom silence, and sometimes the haunting lack of remorse. Let's start with the case that shook a Cleveland suburb, Mackenzie Shirilla. She was 17 when she drove a car at more than 100 miles per hour into a brick wall, killing her boyfriend Dominic Russo and his friend Davian Flanagan. Prosecutors said it wasn't an accident. Surveillance and vehicle data, they argued, showed the accelerator fully depressed and no attempt to brake. According to the prosecution, what looked to outsiders like a tragic wreck was, in the court's words, controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. In the courtroom, the surveillance footage left the room in the stunned silence. A calm approach, a turn, and then an impact that ended two lives. Shirilla wept and apologized, saying she didn't remember, but the judge found the facts persuasive and sentenced her to prison. Juveniles who commit adult-level violence force the justice system to balance punishment, rehabilitation, and public safety. Courts weigh evidence of intent, forensic data, like black box, accelerometer records, medical history, and mental state claims. That mix decides whether a teen stays in juvenile court or faces adult murder charges. Shirilla was convicted under Ohio law for murder and related offenses. Key statutes that apply to cases like this include Ohio Revised Code Section 2903.02, murder, defines murder and basic penalty range, and Ohio sentencing rules under Ohio Revised Code Section 2929.02, penalties for murder, indefinite terms. These are the statutory anchors prosecutors use to frame the charges and the judge used to determine the appropriate sentence range. The court found Shirilla's conduct met the elements of murder under Ohio law, intentional action causing death. Like and follow for more parts and updates at Red Tape Red Flag.